everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul, and I've mentioned recently that I'm going to be including stuff that is not just makeup in these hauls now, because as I've already stated in a few videos, I'm just not buying a whole lot of makeup while in quarantine because I'm only wearing it to film. And I asked if people would be interested in seeing more lifestyle type stuff in these videos, and people said yes, so that's what we're going with. So I'm gonna start this off. There's gonna be a lot of random stuff in this video, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this bikini line trimmer. I picked this up this past month because my previous one, which was the same brand, broke on me, and I've had a few of them over the years and they do eventually wear out, but I do like it, so I keep repurchasing it. So this is the Chic Hydro Silk 5 trim style. So it's basically a shaver and a trimmer in one. I've ripped it open because I needed to use it, frankly. Let me show you what it looks like. So it's this kind of like razor-esque thing. I don't actually use the razor end on this. I will potentially use it until it gets like dull and I'll throw it out, but that's not the real reason for having this thing. The real reason for having this thing is this trimmer on the side, which is technically used for your bikini line. Without going into too much detail, I basically use it to just trim everything down because that's just what I prefer. And it does have this like guard on it, which is handy, but I don't use the guard. Actually, I pull the guard off and then just use the trimmer this way. It's just a button activated over here. There's a battery in it. And yeah, so you can use it to trim your bikini line. It doesn't get as close as if you were shaving it, but it does get pretty darn close. And like I said, I've probably owned 3 of these over the years. I initially won one on Zoe's blog, geez, I don't know how many years ago. So she sent it to me, and then since then I've really liked it, so I've always repurchased them. I don't like the fact that at some point it just eventually, the motor runs out or wears out or something, but I do like how it works, so I keep picking these back up. I put an order in at well.ca this month, specifically for one thing, but then of course I wanted to get free shipping, so I threw a few more things in. Well.ca is a Canadian retailer, only online, but they sell some beauty, but they also sell like shampoo and products like that. So it's basically an online drugstore. So the main reason I wanted to put a purchase in at well.ca was because I wanted to pick up Diva Wash. So this is a menstrual cup cleanser that is 100% plant-based. And honestly, I haven't really known what to use to clean my menstrual cup out. I've been boiling it and scrubbing it, but I was always like, okay, but is there like a proper soap that I can use to make me feel like it's as clean as it possibly can be? By the way, for anybody not aware, I've been using a menstrual cup for probably about a year now, and it is the best decision I have ever made in my life in terms of my period. I haven't used a tampon in a year, and that period cup is the best thing ever. So I got a Diva Wash so I could clean it out properly, aside from just boiling it constantly. So I haven't used it yet. I'm eager to. My cup right now is a little bit stained and it just doesn't look that great. I know it is still fully functional and that these do stain over time, but I just wanted to get something to make sure I was getting it as clean as possible because I want it to look a little bit more pristine, frankly. So I picked this up, haven't tried it yet though. And then to bring my order up to the minimum shipping cost, which I think is $35, not totally positive, I picked up another Live Clean Cool and Fresh deodorant. This is my favorite scent by them. I'm currently using another one right now. This is a great deodorant, but I wouldn't say it's completely effective at blocking all scent. I've been using it while in quarantine at home just because I don't really need something that's antiperspirant, really. So it's good for that purpose, but this is not a deodorant that I would wear if I'm going to be sweating really at all. So just keep that in mind, that it just can't hold up to an antiperspirant. I mean, it's a deodorant, it just can't do that. But I do really love them, and I have been continuously buying them since I was first introduced to them by the brand 2 years ago now, so I do love them. And then the other thing I picked up that I've been meaning to grab for so long now is reusable cotton rounds. Honestly, I've put off ordering reusable cotton rounds because I just didn't know if they were, like, if any brand was better than one or the other. And maybe these are even bamboo rounds, I don't really know. So this is by True Earth. It comes in a little sachet like this, and then there's a whole, I think there's 20 of them in here. And I gotta say, I think the color are really gross, honestly. I don't know why I'm so not attracted to this like pale blue and pale pink and pale yellow, but it reminds me, I think, of like one of my grandmother's like old decors in their bathroom, and I just associate it with like the late 80s or something. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what the colors are because I'm going to be using this on my face to just put toner on, to remove makeup. I haven't used them yet. I have no idea if they're any good, but I just like the idea of getting something that's reusable as opposed to continuously throwing out the cotton rounds that I use every day, because I use those cotton rounds to put on my toner, to remove my makeup, to use Bioderma to clean up stuff on my face, and you go through a lot of them over time. So I wanted to try reusable ones, but I'm not even sure, like, do I throw, when they're done, this baggie in the wash? And like, the other thing too is if I'm using this as makeup remover, especially in the eye area with all like the mascara and the liner and stuff like that, if throwing this in the wash with all that gunk on them, is it gonna ruin my clothes? Like, can somebody tell me? Because I have no idea. And I definitely do not want to hand wash these things. So if anybody has bought reusable cotton rounds or bamboo rounds, can you please let me know how you wash them? And I hope it's a simple method. Okay, the next thing I picked up was a whole bunch of notebooks from Indigo. So I've been using notebooks pretty regularly for not only the office while I'm working at home, just to handwrite things, because frankly, taking notes on a computer, I just hate it. I don't love it. I don't feel like anything really sticks in my brain unless I'm writing it down. So I really wanted to pick up some notebooks, not only for the office, because I'm getting close to finishing one of them, but also for just keeping at my computer, because I have run through another notebook where it's just stuff that I jot down for like video ideas or sort of what happened in my week when I'm filming my Get Ready With Me, so I have something to refer to, and just stuff about World of Warcraft, frankly, that I want to keep on hand without going to the internet to have to look something up every time. So I was looking around and honestly finding spiral notebooks that are not super expensive was actually quite difficult, and Staples, for whatever reason, was out of stock of everything, because I thought that would be the most reasonable priced one. Anyway, I ended up picking up a whole bunch on Indigo. So this is the one I've opened recently, and these were, it says $9 on the back, but I'm pretty sure I got them on sale for like $6 each, which is great because notebooks can run you so freaking expensive at times. This is the one I've just been using. I've got like, this is actually World of Warcraft notes. I've got a whole bunch of Encourage enchants I need, the loot that I need from certain bosses in here, and then I've got like my notes for what to talk about in my Get Ready With Me's. And it's just nice having a notebook on hand. I know this is really basic, but I like being able to actually tear out the pages from here too, which is why I wanted something that was spiral. And honestly, finding a spiral notebook that also didn't have like the 3 punch holes was difficult too, but I managed to find a few of them. So I've got this one, which just has a nice little like leaf decor on them. This one is another one, same size. I don't really know what that, it just says Spiral Abstract Collage. This one probably like makes a lot of people happy because it's just this kind of like marble texture. And then I kind of made a mistake and wasn't really looking at sizes. Thanks heavens, these are the kind of sizes that I want. But then I got this beast of a notebook and I was like, oh, oops, you are way too large. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this. This looks more like a sketch pad to me, to be honest. And this one was a little bit more expensive. Abstract Surf Mustard, I guess, for that. Strange. So this is a little bit large, but I'm pretty happy with these ones. By the way, there is going to be some makeup at the end of this video. It's just something I got towards the end of the month, so I'm putting it off until I get to that section of the month, really. Okay, I also picked up these Polygon, I had to read that backwards in a little mirror that I've got there. These Polygon exercise stretchy bands. I don't really know. My friend Corey, who makes all of my workout routines, who has had to adjust my workout routine for lifting here while I'm at home and not going to the gym, because I have a condo gym, but the weights are, it's a bad situation. We've got like some 5-pound weights, some 10-pound weights, then it jumps to 20, and then 30, 45, like it's bad. Anyway, so he asked me to pick up these stretchy bands that I can use at the gym for like resistance training. So there's a whole bunch of them in here. I don't know what that is. There's a black one, there's a larger purple one, I've got a green in here as well. That looks like a beast, that's really thick. So the reason these are still in the wrapper is because I've been using the red one, which is thinner than all of these, while I get my strength back up. And I think at some point I'll move on to these. but I think this was the cheaper deal that he said I should just get these as opposed to trying to buy a singular one. So got all of these. I've been using them at the gym a little bit, mostly for warm-up stuff, but yeah. Oh, hopefully I'll remember to get some footage of this, but I actually picked up another computer chair this past month. I had been sitting at the kitchen table to work from home during COVID, and my butt has just been getting numb over time from sitting in a kitchen chair. And even though it's a padded chair, and it's actually a little bit of a nicer kitchen chair than I assume most people have at home, because when I grew up we had wooden chairs, so over time you wouldn't really want to sit in a wooden chair, would you? So these are padded, but after like an 8-hour workday, my butt was just like so numb, and it became more and more painful over time sitting in those chairs. Like even after half an hour I'd have to get up and just be like walking around just to like release the blood in my butt or something. Can't believe I just made this motion to refer to my butt. But anyway, so I picked up another computer chair. It's identical to the one I already have in our studio that I use for gaming and to be at my computer, because I love that chair, but I could not just bring it back and forth every time between the two rooms. So we're gonna be like quarantining still until 2021. So I thought it was best to just get another chair. It was expensive, it was like 250 bucks, but honestly, my bum is worth it. And it's so much more comfortable sitting in that chair than it was sitting in one of the original kitchen table chairs that we had. And I did get a mat to go underneath it too, because I didn't want to ruin the hardwood floor in the main area. So yeah, that was kind of a weird purchase, but an absolutely necessary one. I also decided to pick up a few more face masks to wear, because I don't even know how I came across these, but oh, that's what it was. I was looking for rainbow face masks because my friend had made one for me and she sent it to me, and it's fantastic. It fits so well and it looks really good. But I wanted a little bit more variety, and I wanted something a little bit, well, frankly, louder looking. So I was looking online and I went to Etsy and I found a few face masks that I really enjoyed, so I picked them up. The seller is, I want to make sure I get this right, the Dainty Doe Collection. She's out of Montreal. She has the cutest little profile picture. She just looks adorable. So Dainty Doe Collection, I picked up 2 different face masks. I haven't worn them yet because I'm waiting to film this video. So this first one is this, like, look how bright that is. I'm so excited by this. It's a face mask with cats on it. So let me bring this in close. And you can see this like little face, the little faces of cats on it. I mean, it's so freaking adorable, and it seems to fit well. I haven't worn it out in public yet, but it's also got like a little bit of a wire here too for the nose, which my other mask does not have, and I think that might just help like form fit my nose a little bit better. Anyway, eager to try these. I do really like my other mask though, so I'm hoping these are as comfortable. And then the other one that I picked up because I just couldn't help myself was this Pusheen face mask. Pusheen is one of my favorite internet characters, I guess you could say. And when I saw that I could get a mask with little Pusheen on it, I was like, yeah, I want that. So I picked up these 2 masks, and now that I've talked about them, I'm happy that I can start wearing them. Okay, the next order was from Amazon, and it was instigated entirely by Amy Loves Makeup, because she pointed out all of a sudden that Midnight Sun, which is part of the Twilight trilogy by Stephenie Meyer, had been released. And I had heard about this being released for like years now, but I didn't actually know when the official release date was, and frankly, I'm not obsessed with Twilight, although I did really enjoy the books back in the day. I mean, how long ago was that? 12 years? Maybe 14 years when I was reading them. I really enjoyed the books. I know that they're fairly young and it's like this ridiculous romantic storyline, but I like them, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. So when Amy was like, oh, Midnight Sun has come out, I was like, holy crap, I didn't know that was happening. So I picked up the book. It's massive. How many pages is this sucker? Like almost 700. Yeah, it's a big chunker. This is Twilight told from Edward's perspective as opposed to Bella's. And I think Amy said that she didn't actually like it or was disappointed by it. I haven't started it yet because I'm still trying to finish off my Hunger Games book that I bought recently as well. I like Twilight though, so I am eager to read it from a different perspective. I just hope I'm not too disappointed. And also, it's gonna be funny to read this now that I'm older, because I'm not gonna be in my early 20s reading this stuff, or mid 20s I guess it was. So I'm like approaching my 40s and reading Twilight books. Oh yeah, and in order to get the minimum shipping from Amazon for that book, which makes no sense by the way, because these were sent in totally different packages, I ended up getting another Seche Vive top coat because my current one is like almost done and I had no more backup, so I kind of wish I bought more than just the one. But yeah, this came in this enormous box. It was like wider than my shoulders, super deep, and it was just like only this nail polish. And I'm like, really? Like, you made me spend a minimum in order to like get free shipping, and then you sent them in 2 totally different boxes? Like, that cost them more money. Anyway, I love this top coat. I rave about it all the time. Absolute favorite. So all of the other items are stuff that my friend Julie bought for me. I was over at her place recently. She's the only person that I'm like physically close to. She's my bubble basically. And she bought me these rainbow resin coasters. The girl knows me. So these are like, what's up by the way with the resin trend? I feel like everybody's making these kinds of things now. But she got me these rainbow ones. There's a ton of like glitter packed into them, and they're just like coasters. So I'm gonna put them on the main coffee table, and I'm gonna smile every single time that I look at these. I don't know the seller that she bought it through. I think it must have been on Etsy. And then she also picked me up rainbow socks. She must have done it sometime during when Pride was happening, which did not really happen this year, but for whatever reason, actually, I think she's gotten me a lot of rainbow socks over the years. Maybe that's her trend for me. Anyway, just socks with the rainbows on them. Okay, so the last set of items is all of the makeup, and Julie was moving to a different apartment this past month, and she used to be a beauty blogger. She used to run the blog Swatch and Review, so she had a ton of makeup and she was just decluttering it, and she let me root through her declutter pile and go home with it. So she thankfully also gave me a backpack to go with it, which is nice because I much prefer wearing backpacks than I do purses, and I just thought that this would be handy for traveling, really. I hate purses, guys. Like, purses and me do not get along. I much prefer a little backpack, and she was decluttering this thing too. But I stuffed this thing with I don't even know if you can see, with a ton of makeup that she was getting rid of, and I'm gonna like rifle through it and tell you about it. So one of the things that I was the most excited to see was this MAC highlighter. So this is the Whisper of Gilt Extra Dimension Skinfinish, and I honestly already have the Whisper of Gilt from like one of the original launches, but I loved this holiday packaging because not only is it gorgeous on the outside, but the product is actually shaped like a snowflake, which, there we go, I'm trying to show that off. And I had bought one of these during this launch. It was a different color, but I tried it out and I hated it. It just looked awful. It didn't even look like anything on my skin, and I ended up returning it. But then I was sad because I never ended up with like a snowflake from this collection, which if you know me, I really like snow and snowflakes. So I was really happy to get this, even though it's like a duplicate of something I already have in my collection. She was also getting rid of this Juvia's Place blush palette. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 2. And I honestly don't think I've ever tried out any of Juvia's Place's blushes. So these are the shades right here. They're quite up my alley, especially these two over here, and even these two over here. I wouldn't necessarily wear the shimmery ones. Actually, are these more of a highlighter? Yeah, I would definitely wear that as more of a highlighter. It's not too shimmery, but anyway. So eager to try this out. I also grabbed this MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Perfect Topping because I never owned it, but it reminded me of like old school YouTube back in the day when people were using these all the time. It's just a little bit of a marbled texture. It's probably going to be more of a blush than I think it is a highlighter because it's not that reflective. But this just brought back memories of like early YouTube years, so I just wanted to own it. She was also getting rid of this Star Trek powder. This is the Luna Luster Trip the Light Fantastic Powder, and I never had one of these. I did get sent a bunch of the collection actually from Pear back in the day. I'm not on Mac's PR list anymore, but I did have some from the Star Trek collection, but this one wasn't in it. Let's see what it, whoa, does that even come off on my hand? Oh, this might be a no-go. This doesn't do very much. This is more of a face powder than it is anything else. It looks cool because the marbling is really neat, but it's not very pigmented really. It's kind of got a little bit of a sparkle in it, but, or is that an overlay? Are you kidding me? Is that an overlay? Oh, that is so annoying. Anyway, I'll try this out, but now that I've touched it, I don't have high hopes for it. Also grabbed 2 Kiko shadows that she was getting rid of. One of them is 209, and if I remember correctly, one of these is the dupe for Whisper of Guilt, and I can't open it, and I don't want to stick my nail in it because then I'll break my nail. Okay, finally got them open. So these are in the shades 209 and 208. I think 208 is the one that's supposed to be the dupe for Whisper of Guilt. I just love the fact that they've got these like little imprints on them. I honestly think it looks like a fingerprint, like somebody put a thumbprint in there, but it's neat how it's like raised up in 3D. And then the other shade here is 209, and it's more of a olive patina type color. So curious to try those out. I don't use single shadows that often, but I hadn't tried these before, so I wanted to see what the formula was like. I also snapped up this Kevyn Aucoin? It's a French name, I'd say Aucoin, but people probably say Aucoin. Anyway, Ombre blush, for the simple reason that it looked cool. It's kind of like this lavender to honestly kind of taupe color. I wonder how that's gonna come out. God, this is another one that looks like kind of like a face powder too. Weird. Anyway, haven't tried anything by Kevyn Aucoin, so I'm gonna try that out. And then she was getting rid of these Fenty, are they called matchsticks? I want to say matchsticks. Yes, they are. So in the shade Unicorn and then Starstruck, something else I've never tried by the brand. This one's more of a bit of a nude-ish, skin-toned, for me anyway, highlighter. And then this one is purple. And I'm curious what this is gonna look like. Yeah, that leaves like a lavender streak. That's really cool. That'd make a great highlighter if I'm wearing like a purple look. So I'll try these ones out. It's nice going through her stuff because she buys different things than what I would normally get, and if she's getting rid of it, it gives me the opportunity to try it out. Okay, and the last 4 items are all perfume, which feels a bit excessive because I have a ton of perfume already in my collection. I definitely don't need more, and I've been trying to use them up, but she was just ditching them, so I figured I'd give them a shot. I don't even remember what these smell like at this point. This first one is the Thierry Mugler Angel. It says Eau Sucree. So is this sugar water? Because I think they're all called Angel. Yeah, because here's another one. This is called Angel. But maybe it's just the original Angel? That's so weird. There's no like actual name on it. I'm confused. Anyway, I've got 2 different Thierry Mugler Angel perfumes. And then the last ones I have here are Marc Jacobs perfumes. So this first one here is Pear. And it smells honestly more masculine to me than feminine, but I am really in love with the scent of it. But by the way, I say it that way, but I'll wear masculine scents. Like there's a cologne that I wear all the time, for example. It doesn't really matter to me if it's masculine or feminine in terms of scent. If I like it, I'll just wear it. But this definitely smells a lot more masculine to me. I really like it. Does not smell remotely like Pear, like not even an iota. It's just more of a thicker, heavier scent. And then the other one I've got here is called Cucmber, which kind of threw me off initially because I do not like the scent of cucumber anything. I think it's rather revolting. I love eating cucumbers, but the scent that people have adapted as the cucumber scent is just ugh, to me. This one is fresher. And I wouldn't quite say that it has a scent of cucumber to it, but there is kind of like a vegetable edge to it. I don't know how else to describe it. It's fresher, but with that veggie edge, which is such a weird thing to say about a perfume. I do like it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it on me because it's very different from things I would normally choose. But I thought I'd give them a shot because the scent seemed a little bit more unique from stuff that I already had in my collection, so wanted to try those out. These ones, I can't actually smell them unless, oh, I was gonna say smell them unless I spray it. But this one smells like pepper. Okay, and then this one, I don't smell this one at all. It's a big bottle too. Anyway, so that's everything that I picked up at Julie's. She was getting rid of a lot of stuff. I don't think there's anything more in here. And I ended up with a little backpack too, so that was kind of nice. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know if the lifestyle stuff is still appealing to you. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.